Money, money, I love that money, 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 money. You don't really want to play. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't want to be the one who always really talk about. And you don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Money, 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 make you shut your mouth. Don't never ever talk about it if you never had the clout. You don't know what to say, stay up out of my way. Money, 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 make you shut them off. Keep playing with this goonies, boy, I'm gonna have to make the call. Stay in bounds on your pivot, boy, if you gon' ball. A lot of niggas be fake, and you really can't play. We done.
What's going on, people? CP3 live at the bar radio. Week 5 post game live. Washington football team takes a head scratcher loss 33-22 in a game of missed opportunities. I was tweeting out during the game, I had issues with some of the play calls by the offense. They didn't have any type of consistency at all, had no type of identity. Gibson finally got the ball 20 times rushing, but they kept on trying to force the ball outside when clearly their strength is running sideline to sideline. So when you do run the ball in the middle, you have success, but you continue to try to force the ball outside. I had an issue with that. Heineke was trying to force Terry the ball a little bit too much. I think that's a sign of him missing Logan Thomas, not being an asset security blanket. Seals Jones is a quality tight end, but he's no Logan Thomas. The play calling, Heineke with bad decisions on those 2 interceptions and on several of the throws that could have been intercepted. So a lot of hand fighting and illegal contact that they didn't really call, at least that I saw. I'm really getting tired of the inconsistencies of the referees, because you don't know what's a penalty and what's not. Not that I'm blaming the referees for the loss in this game. I'm just getting tired of the inconsistencies of what gets called and what doesn't and when it gets called. But this team had several opportunities in the first half to get points with having the ball 3 possessions in New Orleans territory, and weren't able to do anything with it for real. Last week, put up 34 points, looked lights out. Took them a little while to get started, so when they started out slow, I was like, okay, that's what they do. I guess they play better from behind. But we never saw it click like we did, the previous weeks. That's a combination of play calling. New Orleans has a quality defense. I talked about it in the pregame. But as I said, if they didn't play a good game, they would take a loss at home to this Saints team. And they put up 33 points. Granted, 2 of those one of them was a Hail Mary, which, like they say, just knock it down. I don't know how all the defenders allow him to get up underneath and nobody decided to go after the ball, and then the blown coverage on the 72-yard play. So once again, miscommunication is the issue, and a lot of folks was hating on Landon Collins. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to watch the film closely, but I was watching him today, and I don't know what's going on with that dude. They're basically targeting him. They're putting a receiver in the slot when he's on the field and making him have to cover. And in the blown 71-yard touchdown, I have to go back and look at it. I haven't got a chance to go examine it. He was out in coverage, but I'm trying to see if somebody else was supposed to be covering. It was a miscommunication, is why he was so wide open, or Collins misread the play, which I saw him do several times in the second half. So I have to go back and look at that. But he's definitely not living up to the hype that they had for him coming out of training camp. They sort of D-line get some pressure today. Got a couple of sacks early. Weren't able to continue to get in the sacks, but they would continue to collapse the pocket, trying to make things happen. Winston, like I said in the pregame, he's having a quality season. He hasn't really been turning the ball over. He gave him two interception and a fumble, 2 turnovers that we got 3 points out of. So when you get those opportunities, got to take advantage. You got to get points. You got to get touchdowns. And going into this game, what we saw last week, I thought that was going to be no problem for this offense. But they did lose some key pieces on the line. Cosme went out. He tried to come back, but couldn't fight through the ankle injury. Sheriff is out. Wes Schweitzer was in. He played left guard last year, so might take him a little while to get acclimated to the right guard position. Just have to do everything opposite. Chase Roullier had a rare bad game. He got outplayed at the center position. He even had a penalty called on him, which is very rare. Leno had a decent game. Sadiq Charles came in. I really didn't get a chance to watch him, but so they had some issues. Curtis Samuel went out, said he tweaked his groin. That's really starting to hurt this offense big time. You saw the effect he had on the field, just those few plays he made last week. What's up, Robbie? Hey, appreciate you sharing it. This was just a team loss. They looked like they weren't ready to win this game when the opportunity presented itself to them. It's like, they haven't got many turnovers, as they said, since week 1. Then you get 2 turnovers in the first half and really do nothing with it. It was hard to watch, honestly, because the more and more you watch it, as they said at the end of the first half, when after New Orleans got the Hail Mary to take the lead, like the way this game was played on the field, looking at the numbers, looking at the turnovers, the mistakes, there's no way the Saints should have went in leading at the half. But there it is, and you playing from behind, and then, Scott Turner, like I said, I know he's still learning on the job, but he has to learn to come up with a game plan or a set of plays that he can use to calm things down, to get things going, not keep going back to 3 wide receiver and, thinking throwing the ball is going to make things right all the time. Sometimes you got to do screens. You do a screen to Ricky Seals-Jones and then don't do one to a running back for the rest of the game. Kills me. I don't understand it. Let's get into some of the numbers. Not going to dwell too much on this game. We're going to break it down tomorrow night more on Sports on the Hill podcast at 9 o'clock. Hit up all the boxing guys, so we might have some boxing coverage after we re-examine this Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury 3, where Wilder took the loss. We'll break that down tomorrow night also. What's up, Joe? He said 3 passes from the 2 was a big mistake. I thought the defense hasn't made plays when it counts. I'm sick of what I'm watching. Yeah, it's like I say, we all were expecting the defense to pick up where they left off last year. I also assume that, but new pieces. Apparently Del Rio has forgotten what they were doing when they were effective last year, because they were, started out similarly, the bottom of the league, said they simplified things, and then things just fell into place and they started playing dominant defense. I still say it needs to be simplified. I still want to know why we're rushing forward, playing zone, and lining up 5 to 6 yards off of the receiver on a 2nd and 7. There's a lot of things that have to be answered and have to be held accountable for. And I know coach isn't going to fire Del Rio, but maybe it's time that he started sticking his head in those meetings and see what's going on in there, because You know, I can give you a couple of weeks to try to get things together, but shouldn't still be seeing blown coverages in week 5. Just shouldn't. I don't know if it's the players have an issue, with the game plan and it's not performing for them. I haven't heard anybody come out and say anything. They all say they love him, but that's what you're going to hear in the press. But I really wonder what's going on in that defensive locker room. And because with all that talent on the field, they should definitely be performing better than what they are. Granted, they had better numbers today than they had most of the season. So there was, like I said, there's progress, but it's not enough progress that we can be like, yeah, okay, I can see it's coming together. I still don't feel that way. So until I feel that way, can't stop questioning Del Rio and what he's doing with his scheme and his game plan, because whatever he's doing, it isn't working, damn it. And I'm tired of seeing the same thing week in, week out. Like I said, at least we did see some sacks and we did see some pressure, getting to him, flushing Winston out the pocket and making him make mistakes like he did. Fortunately, we didn't take advantage of those mistakes. Let's go ahead and get into the numbers. Heineke, 20 for 41, 248 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 47.6 quarterback rating. Jameis Winston, 15 for 30, 279 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 105.2 quarterback rating. And that's the third quarterback we've given up 4 touchdowns to this season. And one of them is Jameis Winston, who's thrown 30 interceptions. Granted, we forced 2 turnovers, one of them in the air, one of them fumble. But they're making these quarterbacks look like they're Hall of Fame Pro Bowlers, man. And you got Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes coming up. Yeah, y'all need to get it together. Running the ball, Gibson, 20 carries, 60 yards, 3-yard average, 2 touchdowns. Kamara, 16 touches, 71 yards with a 4.1 yard average and a touchdown. Like I said, they were feeding Gibson the ball, but like I said, they weren't running up the middle. They were trying to bounce everything outside, which plays to New Orleans' strength, which is sideline to sideline speed with the linebackers and the linemen that they had. When they did run up the middle, which they scored a touchdown run on for 5 yards, things working good, but then you keep on trying to bounce everything outside. It didn't work because they have speed sideline to sideline. So that's why you weren't able to bust it outside. You got to wear down the team by running up the middle first, making them tackle, getting that line tired, step behind, and then in the third and fourth quarter, then you can start, trying to bounce it outside. And then folks going to be a little tired, winded, and maybe miss assignments, and you can break one like we saw they did against us. Leading receiver for the team, Adam Humphries, 3 catches, 73 yards with a 24.3 yard average. And yes, that means Terry McLaurin was not the leading receiver. He had a streak of 15 games straight of at least having 5 receptions and 60 yards. He ended the game with 4 receptions for 46 yards. So that streak is broken, and Adam Humphries was the leading receiver for the Washington football team. Marquise Callaway was the lead receiver for the Saints, 4 catches, 62 yards, 15.5 yard average, and a touchdown. Team stats, New Orleans had 18 first downs with 4 for 11 on third down, which is an improvement for the Washington football team defense. 1 for 1 on fourth down. They had 98 yards rushing, 271 yards passing, total of 369 yards. They had 2 sacks, and they had the ball for 23 minutes and 34 seconds. So this is the ironic thing. The first time of the season that they win the time possession battle, and they lose the game by 11. Crazy. Washington had 26 first downs. Third down conversions, they were 5 for 16, which still needs work to do. Fourth down, they were 1 for 3, had 131 yards rushing, 242 yards passing, 373 yards total offense. They also had 2 sacks and had the ball for a total of 36 minutes and 26 seconds. That just screams missed opportunities. Point blank, when you have the ball a whole 13 more minutes than the other team, should not be a loss. So yeah, it's mm, not looking good for this team right now. Philadelphia won today. Dallas plays the Giants. Yeah, this team's sitting at 2-3 right now. Um, let's just say I don't have a good feeling about the next stretch coming up. The way this defense is playing. If I had saw more progress and more pressure, getting more than 2 sacks. I mean, they forced turnovers, but actually, maybe taking one to the house. Offense clicking the way we saw it do. Because I hate this inconsistency. I felt like I was watching a Jay Gruden led team. You know what that amounted to? Nothing good. Um, what's up, Brittany? Yeah, the schedule ahead is brutal. We aren't winning anything else. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't go that far. There's still some winnable games on the schedule. They just have to play ball. We thought they were out of it last year. They were what, 2-5. Turned it around. Didn't have a tough as a schedule, but it is what it is. They knew what the schedule was when they went into the season. They didn't put themselves in this 2-3 hole, so now they got to fight through it and push hard and try to get back the winning ways, hopefully. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a interesting week around Washington football team park. Bernie said, "How did we lose?" And they pretty much gave us the game with the turnovers. Yeah, I say the same thing. Uh, yeah, true. The division is better also, and the Cowboys are looking good. Dak looking good. So yeah, when they said that they were in the lead for the division title, I see what they mean because they definitely looking good. Their defense is holding up because they're playing with the lead, not turning the ball over. There was a Zeke sighting last week. I think he put up 143 yards rushing. So if he gets going along with Dak passing, yeah, they're going to be tough to beat. So I don't even know, man. This one just sucked because they had a chance to win the game. They had plenty of opportunities to take control of that game, and they chose not to. And now we got to deal with this loss for a whole week. Look at where they screwed up and the opportunities they had where they could have should have won this game, could have won this game, but didn't win the game. So a lot of work to be done. Hope we are gonna be better. Hope we don't get our own asses blown out. Hey, I mean, any given Sunday, anything is possible. The injury bug definitely hasn't helped. Logan Thomas, like I said, is missed. You can tell, how he missed that security blanket. Samuel can't get that groin right. That's the one thing with speedy folks once they have issues with their legs. You got to be cautious. And he was had him questionable all week. And on that play when he was going to the end zone, I think that's when he tweaked it. So then Brown is out, Sims is out. Like I said, Humphreys came in, did pretty well. Rookie Dax Milne, he did all right. So I mean, they getting experience. We would all love to win right now, but they still got work to do. That if the coaches were looking at the problems, then stuff would have been fixed. There is no improvement on defense every week. This idiot wants to keep playing zone. No, I can't say that we're no improvement. There have been some improvements. It hasn't been drastic, but like I said, the third down conversion was better today. You actually saw pressure today. I got 2 sacks, got a couple of turnovers. So I mean, you saw some improvement. It just has to be more consistent. The man coverage, the zone coverage, I agree. I still don't know why he's running it when you have man press corners out there. Kendall Fuller, I don't know what's going on with him. It's like every week he's getting, giving up a nice chunk play to a opposing wide receiver. As a defensive guy, I can't answer. I don't know. I've never seen the fall off from a unit from how well they were playing the year before. Granted, the turnaround, off season, boom, boom, boom. Not necessarily going to get into a groove off the break, but it's 5 weeks. We should be seeing more improvement than what we've seen, even though we do see some. Well, some people see some. Some people don't see it. But coach got to do something. He can't keep on saying he's happy with the play calling. I've actually saw a couple of folks online say they were too. I'm like, how can you be happy with the play calling if it's not getting you in the end zone on a consistent basis? Then things have to change. Can't keep on doing the same thing and expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. Now, I know I'm a little crazy, but I'm not insane, so I can't fall for that no more. This, yeah, I really much nothing else to say, man. I could sit here and dwell on it. What's done is done. They got to keep it moving. Let's see. Next week we have. Oh boy. Next week we had the Chiefs at home. Yeah. See what the Chiefs do tonight. Potent offense, opportunistic defense, quality coaching, quality game calling, quality game planning, and to top it all off, the human joystick, Tyreek Hill. So I don't like going against my boys and my pick 'em, but I'm in like 4th place now. So tomorrow might be the first time that I don't have the luxury of using my fandom. So I think next week, I think I might got to put loss for the Washington football team next week against Kansas City the way they're playing. But knowing this team, they'll find a way to beat Kansas City, and then you won't see them play that again all season. But like I say, all we can do is keep on rooting for the team. Hopefully the light comes on and we can get them on a run, of wins and, possible division titles. If, we still got a shot with all the division games at the end of the season. Right now, we want to know in the division after beating the Giants. So we handle our business and beat our division opponents. Never know how things going to fall out. Win a division, and you're good to go. Like I say, make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Sports on the Hill podcast. We're going to break down this game even more. And going to do a round the league, the quarter part of the season since, like I said, Nat season is over. So I'm going to cover baseball sporadically throughout the postseason. Hockey season's right around the corner, I believe. It starts next Wednesday, the Capitals with the Rangers, which should definitely be an interesting game. So I hope y'all tune in and check that out. We'll be breaking it down the following week. We'll have Anna Knox back on to cover hockey with me with Robbie being off. Like I said, we'll talk some boxing also. Go check out the website, sportsothp.com. All of our podcasting partners, links are up there. From Dujanay, Brian B., Arun. Click on the links, check out their blogs and what they talk about and what they do also. You can hit the apparel line. Got the hats, sweatshirts, pillows, phone cases. You can get it all from there. You can hit me up for the Sports OTHP apparel. Probably not with Aracusa. Got to get some more done up in the process of doing that. And all I can say is enjoy the rest of your Sunday football if you can. If you're going to watch, sometimes it's hard to watch football after watching the Washington football team game. But hope you enjoy. Appreciate y'all tuning in, checking us out. DC Sports Other Politics. It's not just a catchphrase. It's not just a motto. It's what we do. CP3, and I'm out.